Good evening, ma'am. Thank you for joining me today.
Good evening, Roshan. How are you?
It's been a long day. It's a
Mm-hmm.
humid day, but I'm managing. What about you?
I'm good too. I am struggling with my days with my kids, family, and I'm very
Mm,
soon going to start my batch. So really juggling up with all these things. I'm really swamped up with my house chores. But now I've made
mm.
up to this meeting, to this session. So I'm really happy meeting you today.
Good luck with all of your work and especially with the
Mhm.
class.
Thank you so much.
So, ma'am, I want you to introduce yourself to my audience.
Sure, sure. I would love to. My name is Sunita Ravan, and I am a homemaker and mother to two wonderful kids. I am a YouTuber too. I have a channel named Sunita's English Adventure, wherein I post
Mm,
conversational videos and some informative content too. And most importantly, I am an not expiring, aspiring English language and communication coach.
mm,
And
mm.
my hobbies are to converse with people in English, and to teach is my hobby these days. That's a bit about me. If you have any
Great.
questions, please ask.
Yes, I have so many. I have so many.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I'm really grateful to you. I really wanted to have this session with you.
Mm-hmm.
And I have seen your videos. You are very eloquent and good luck with your classes. And my first
Thanks.
question is related to your life. How do you
Mm-hmm.
manage everything with kids,
Mm-hmm.
YouTube, and now classes?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's a great question. And it is really challenging to manage with everything when you are a housewife and a mother, and you are ambitious too. So it is really
Mm,
challenging, but it's all about your mindset. If you,
mm,
make up your mind that you want to do something in your life, then you'll take some time out for your ambition, I would say. So that is what I'm
mm,
doing. I am busy all day. I am struggling with my house chores and my kids and my family. But then, whenever I get a little time, a little spare time, whenever I get, I try to improve on my English language skills. And as I
mm,
already told you, that this evening I'm going to start with my new batch. So, that too, after completing my house chores, like by
yes.
9 o'clock at night, I would be free with my house chores, and then I can start off with my classes. So that is how I'm managing, and I'm sure
Yeah,
it will be fruitful because I'm putting a
I
lot
hope
of
so.
effort
I
into
hope so. You
it.
are putting so much work here. Yes, yes. I can
Mm.
understand, with kids, you have to take care of so many things. My sister
Mm.
has to, so I
Mm-hmm.
have seen her going through hell. I mean, I don't know
Mm.
how she manages it, but
Uh-huh.
it's really
Right,
difficult.
right. It's good that you realize the fact that whenever somebody has kids, then they go through
Mm.
hell.
Yes, yes. I
Right.
can understand their pain because they are so annoying. I
Mm.
mean, I love them. There is no doubt,
Mm.
but it gets sometimes you just can't handle it. For
Mm.
example, you are doing it here. What if they come and bothers
Mhm.
you? But they are kids. They don't
Mhm.
understand. That's why they are kids, right?
Mhm. We feel very, they are very loving when they are small, when they are not
Mm.
able to speak, or when they are not able to show their tantrums. Then we are like,
Yes,
oh,
yes.
we have kids, we have cute kids, and we really adore them.
Mm.
But when they started showing their tantrums, then it become really very like hectic, and it
Mm.
take a toll on our mental health also, even our physical
Yes, it
health
does.
too.
I was reading about this thing called dopamine,
Mm-hmm.
and there was this chapter about a mother, and she talked about how there is some hormonal change. I hope I'm saying the word
It
correctly.
happens.
Ha- yes, it happens
Hormonal
in our body.
imbalance in the body. Mm.
Hmm, hmm, hmm. So I can see the mood swings even with my sister.
Mm.
She was always taking care of her child and the children. And whenever
Mm.
I approached her, I thought that she was not in the mood to talk, even though I was
Mm.
trying to be friendly. So I gave her enough
Mm.
space that yes, she needs her time.
Mm. That's a great quality of yours, that you are able to show empathy towards women, towards mother. It's a great quality. And are you married?
Well, I wish I was. No, no, I'm 23. I'm going to be 23.
Okay. Mm.
But I have been a very rude person since I was a
Mm.
kid. But over the
Mm.
past 5 or 6 years, I can see
Mm.
changes in myself. And I'm not
Mm,
boasting about it because I have seen my mother talking about that how I was, and even my sister. So
mm-hmm,
I think it's really important to understand what they are going through. I was a brat,
mm-hmm,
you can say. I was a
mm-hmm,
literal brat.
mm-hmm. But it's great that you've achieved all these qualities, which is required in today's world because nobody is able to connect with anyone, and people are
Mhm.
totally into their businesses. They're not able to connect, they're not able to maintain that bond. But you can surely make the bond with your loved ones, with the people around you, because you have that empathy quality, that trait
Mhm.
in you. So it's a very good quality.
Yes.
Just keep it with you and never
Yes,
lose
I
it.
hope so. I hope so. It is really difficult
Uh,
sometimes. I don't, this is one thing I want to get good at. I think I don't
mhm,
want to pretend that I'm a kind person. I literally want to
mhm,
become a kind person. And you
mhm.
can see on people's face when they are genuinely kind. And this is
Mm,
one quality I wish I was not naturally born with, but I don't know whether we can learn it or not, but you got to
mhm,
try.
mm. Right, right, right.
Hello.
Okay. So, what do you teach in your school?
I teach English literature, grammar, and
Mm-hmm.
communication.
Great, great, great. Then it's just that you're improving on your skills to teach better.
Yes, it is one of the reason
Mm-hmm.
why I started my YouTube channel. I have
Mm-hmm.
always been interested in stories and language learning. I
Mm-hmm.
won't say language learning, but the first interest was stories. I wanted to
Mm-hmm.
explore stories from all over the world, and
Mm-hmm.
English was the medium I think which is available throughout this world.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever we want to read something or watch something,
Mm-hmm.
it is
Mm-hmm.
available in English. So it was my reason to improve myself in this particular context
Mm-hmm.
to get to know
Mm-hmm.
all the stories. I think I when I saw your videos, I thought to
Mm-hmm.
approach you right away because I have also
Mm-hmm.
started it very recently,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't have many people, many contact with whom I can talk in English,
Mm-hmm.
because you need people if you
Mm-hmm.
are making conversational videos. So
Right,
I really
right.
wanted to have a session with you.
Mm. Great, great that we met. And even
Mm.
I went through your channel and I've seen that you are much into books, right?
Yes, I
In
like to
every
read.
other thumbnail, you
Mm.
were showing books and you were giving review of the books you've read, right?
Yes.
So where
Actually, I
does
don't
this
make my
interest came
thumbnails.
from?
I think it has always been with me. I was
Mm-hmm.
interested in stories, but
Mm-hmm.
it was not particularly in form of reading.
Mm-hmm.
When I was 7 or 8 years old, my cousins introduced me to Champak, Balhans, Nanne Samrat. These were the
Mm-hmm.
books for children, and I think the
Mm-hmm.
interest came from there. My uncles used to bring DVDs, CDs, so we
Mm-hmm.
used to watch it on
Mm-hmm.
television. So I loved the
Mm-hmm.
stories, and then internet happened. I forgot that
Mm-hmm.
I loved the stories. I was on social
Mm-hmm.
media.
Mm-hmm.
But as I grew up, I thought that I need to reconnect with my core because I was really into stories. Then I
Mm-hmm.
started reading, and
Mm-hmm.
I just couldn't stop. Ever since I
Mm-hmm.
picked up a book, I thought that
Uh-huh.
I was really into it.
Hmm. No, it's a great hobby to acquire, and I must say,
Hmm.
reading is very crucial if you want to learn. If I say particularly about this language, to learn this language, reading is
Hmm.
very crucial. Other aspects are
Yes,
also important, but reading makes you, really
I
engaged.
think it's yes, and
Because
ideas.
when ideas too. And because when when you sit for watching a video on your phone, on your laptop or gadgets, then you keep
Hmm.
on getting all those distractions. But when you sit for reading a book, you don't get any distraction
Hmm.
and you are completely lost in that book. And
Hmm.
you are able to relate to the stories and all, whatever,
Yes, yes,
if
definitely.
that is of your interest, right? So reading
Hmm.
book is definitely very crucial. And I am also very extremely eager to start my reading journey. I've ordered 2 to 3 books, but I'm
Hmm.
very soon I'm going to get that, and I'm very eager to
Hmm.
start. And
Yes.
I think if when I'll start, I'll be completely into reading, and I can leave watching and listening, because I would like to spend most of my time in reading then.
Hmm. I
Mm.
think we were talking about kindness, and I
Mm-hmm.
think reading has helped me a lot. It
Mm.
has helped me to become a calm person or to take things
Mm-hmm.
slowly. I was
Mm.
talking about how I used to treat people very badly, very rudely.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I have realized to show empathy towards them. And I
Mhm.
have come to understand myself too, that we
Mhm.
all need some kind of a space. We all are going
Mhm.
through some kind of a stuff, so we need to
Mhm.
understand it.
Right. Even same happened with my husband too. My husband is really interested in politics, and he used to
Hmm.
read those kind of books which can make him a better person or better politician
Hmm.
or better leader. You could say people leader.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
he used to read that kind of book, and that reading habit, completely transformed him into a very learned person, I
Hmm.
would say. And he is now better at making decision. He's very calm
Hmm.
now, and
Hmm.
whatever advice he give, all the advices make sense. Earlier it was not
Yes.
making sense and I was not able to follow him, but now whatever he say,
Hmm.
I'm very eager to listen to him because everything he say makes sense.
Hmm.
So
Well, in my
reading
case,
makes him that. Mm,
I can understand. In my case, I'm not a smart person. I only like to read
mhm,
things which I'm interested in, fiction mostly. And
mhm,
I do like to challenge myself with classic, because
mhm,
you are able to see that universality. We
mhm,
as a human, how universal emotions are. So you can
mhm,
say I am into classic literature, but I can
mhm,
understand what your husband went through. Because
mhm,
just not just reading, there are so many form of media which can influence us, right?
mhm. Yeah, right, right, right. Mm. So would you like to tell me, is there any book that is very memorable to you and that had a huge impact on you? Is there any book?
Yes. There are
Mm,
many, but I will start with the
mhm,
first actual plain text which I had read. I was mostly
mhm,
into comics, manga, Japanese comics. I used to
mhm,
read those a lot. But
mhm,
when I was in class 11th, my
mhm,
English teacher, he
mhm,
introduced me to Paulo Coelho. I hope I'm saying his name correctly. The Alchemist. The
mhm.
book name is The
I
Alchemist.
have ordered that.
Yes, you are going to love it. I think it is
Uh-huh.
a very good book for beginners. If somebody is
Mhm,
new to reading, then they should definitely try it. It is easy to
mhm,
read, and you can just feel that connected to this
mhm,
story, because we all have
mhm,
dreams. We all want to
mhm,
do something, but then there is so many things happening in our life that stops us. And
mhm,
then there is self doubt that whether we should try this or
mhm,
we should try that. So this
mhm,
was one reason. I never thought I could read plain text after I was
mhm,
addicted to a smartphone, social media. But I
mhm,
remember completing that book within a week. And
mhm,
I had not read plain text ever in my life. I mean, I had read,
mhm,
but as a child. So
mhm,
it really transformed me in a manner that I got interested into reading and
mhm,
stories. I remembered
mhm,
that, this is the thing which I enjoy most apart from playing cricket. This is my
mhm,
another hobby which I want to continue. I think you are going to
mhm,
love it.
mhm. Surely, because many people have recommended this book on Amazon itself also. I've
Hmm.
seen many good reviews of this book.
Yes, it is.
Mm,
It is a pretty good book. It's a
mm,
great book. I won't say pretty good. It's a great book.
mm. And what was the impact of that book in on your life?
I cried a lot. For the
Mm-hmm.
first time, I was reading it, and the ending made me cry. And I really started
Mm-hmm.
questioning what the hell I'm doing with my life. I need to make
Mm-hmm.
decisions. And then again,
Mm-hmm.
we are what we do in our daily life, our habits.
Mm-hmm.
So then again, I forgot that I want to do something, gave up to my temptations, returned to social
Mm-hmm.
media, and
Mm-hmm.
completely became just overesteem. I don't know how to say this word, but I just forgot that what I wanted to do. But
Mm-hmm.
it had a huge impact on me, because there is always self-doubt within us. For example, if I
Mm-hmm.
want to become a language trainer, and
Mm-hmm.
if my mom lets me do it, if my parents let me do it,
Mm-hmm.
what if I'm not able to achieve what I want to? Then whom I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
blame? There is nobody to
Mm-hmm.
blame, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I think that book deals with it in a fictional manner. There is
Mm-hmm.
a little bit of philosophy,
Mm-hmm.
a little bit of magic, and it's just a beautiful written book. You will love it.
Mm-hmm. Great, great. You have stated in really nice way. I'm sure all the viewers who are watching this, they are going
Hmm.
to place an order for this book very soon.
Yes,
And
yes.
I'm also very excited. Now, even more excited because you've already, reviewed in a very nice manner. And I'm really
Hmm.
excited to read that book.
You have ordered some books, right?
Right, right.
Yes. So would you like to talk about them? The books you have ordered and
Mhm.
why you have ordered them.
Hmm. So I've ordered three books. One of them is Alchemist, and that was really very recommended on Amazon. And
Mm.
my tutor also recommended me that. I think you've heard of Mopriya ma'am. She's a YouTuber. Have you heard of her? So
No.
she's a YouTuber. So she also suggested me some books. One of them is Alchemist, and then I ordered
Mm.
what was it? Subconscious Mind. I
Yes.
vaguely remember
Power
the
of
title.
subconscious mind or something.
Power of Subconscious Mind. And the third one, The Monk Sell His Ferrari.
Mm.
It was like that.
I have heard the name, but I have never read them. I have read The
Hmm.
Alchemist. I think we talked
Hmm.
about it earlier. So,
Hmm.
do you want a recommendation from me?
Yeah, surely. First, I
Give me a
need to
minute.
start with these books and then I'll order your
Yes, yes.
recommendations.
It is not a long book. Just give me a moment, please.
Hmm.
Actually, I just wanted to flex my collection. Nothing else.
Hmm.
No, no, no. You know, the book I'm talking about is called
Hmm.
The Prophet. It is one of my favorite book, and I always recommend it to everyone.
Hmm.
It's a very thin book, you know.
Hmm. Hmm.
You can,
Right.
and it is written in a poetic manner,
Hmm.
but the language is very interesting. It deals with every aspect of our life: love,
Hmm.
children,
Hmm.
marriage, everything
Hmm.
you can think of. There is a little
Hmm.
chapter about it, and it is written in an essay, poetic manner. So
Hmm.
I think you will love it too. Give it a try.
That could be
You know,
interesting. And I'm also really into the books that are related to life or the talks
hmm,
that are related to life. I watch videos that I can relate with, and I would love to read the
hmm.
books that I could relate with. Mm.
I think you should try fiction. You know, the
Mm-hmm.
other two books you have ordered, they can be a little
Mm-hmm.
challenging and you won't be able to enjoy them. Because I'm
Mm-hmm.
speaking from my experience, fiction is
Mm-hmm.
quite easy to read, especially when you are starting something. You are going
Mm-hmm.
to love The Alchemist, but if you
Mm-hmm.
ever get time, do read The Prophet.
Surely I
You
will
know,
order one.
what's his name?
Shivan, tell your name. Shivan.
How are you, Sivan? Sivan or Sivans?
Shivan.
Sivans, how are you?
I'm fine.
You are fine. Are you eating something?
Yes.
What is that?
Popcorn.
Popcorn. Why don't you let your mom speak to me for another 5 minutes? Then we will. Then I think your mom will offer you chocolate.
Good idea.
My other question is related to your influence. How were you
Mm-hmm.
influenced to learn this language?
Mm-hmm. My influence. It's a difficult question for me, but I'm not able to recollect my memories. But I would say if I talk about my journey, where from where it
Hmm.
started. So when I was in my first company, there I started my spoken English journey. But I was
Hmm.
quite at manageable English and survival English, and I was fine with it. Like I was
Hmm.
able to interact with my candidates. I was HR there. So I was able to interact
Hmm.
with my candidates. I was able to conduct interviews and manage all through. So I was fine.
Hmm.
Later on, I had to leave my job because of my kids. And then from past 5 years, I was not into speaking English. And that
Hmm.
was hampering my confidence as well, because this is something that makes me really confident. So,
Hmm.
other day I thought I want to do something in my life, and I thought I should go for English language training and communication skills only, because I think I have some inherited qualities in me already, and I can improve on that. So I thought of
Hmm.
English language, and thereon I am diligently working upon improving my skills. And
Yes.
I had taken training also, like teaching training, because I want to go into teaching. So I've taken 20 sessions from Mopriya ma'am on how to
Hmm.
teach students for this English
Yes.
language. So I'm
But
working upon it. Hmm.
how was your experience being trained by a teacher?
It was really nice because she is very renowned and she has a very
Hmm.
vast experience in this field. She's about 11 year of experience,
Hmm.
and she is different from other tutors, I would say. She has not made any outline for the course, and every time
Mm.
whenever we join session, then she used to ask me whatever I want to continue in that meeting, whatever I want to learn in that particular session. So she was really
Yes.
very flexible, and all the qualities that is required to become a trainer, or that is important in a trainer, is in her. And I really adored her, and today also, after completing all the session, then also I'm in touch with her. So
Oh,
it was
cool.
really a very nice experience, I would say, and I would
So have
recommend
you ever taught?
everyone if somebody.
And
Hmm.
ma'am, I want to ask you a similar question related to it. You are
Mm-hmm.
doing so much. I think it might be a little heavy for you. So if you want to escape, you can. So do you think about your mental health and handling
Mm-hmm.
everything with
Mm-hmm.
managing kids, classes,
Mm-hmm.
YouTube, and your own personal
Mm-hmm.
life?
Mm-hmm. Yes, everybody should think about their mental health because it
Mm,
affects your physical health as well, and it affects your atmosphere. Like it can influence the people around you also. If you are
mm,
frustrated, like if I am talking particularly about me, if I am frustrated, I would, take out that frustration on my family, my kids, and that is not good.
mm.
So I keep my mental health really well so that it could not affect my children in an adverse
Yes.
manner. So it is really very important. So I keep
Uh,
myself away from stress, away from
mm,
unnecessary burden, unnecessary things. I don't get involved in gossips, or I don't
mm.
get involved in arguments and all. So I keep myself
Yes.
calm and composed.
I hope it helps because I think
Yes.
taking part in gossips can be uh, really heavy on your head. For example,
Mm.
I'll talk about in a minute, but I want to
Mhm.
ask: have you ever tried writing to let
Mhm.
things out of your head? Have you ever
Mhm.
tried that?
I am not that person who is really interested in writing. I never did
Mm,
it and I never liked it. Even today, when people say writing is very important to improve your English and you should keep journal
mm.
to improve on your writing skills, but I am not able to do it, and I'm very reluctant, and it is really not of my interest. So I avoid writing, and I
Mm.
keep doing every other aspect like listening, speaking, and watching. I can do everything,
Reading.
but writing is not my cup of tea.
Uh, it is understandable because writing can be boring at times. Especially if
Mhm.
you're not familiar with the language. It is not
Mhm.
our first language, but sometimes you feel like you're not able to say things which you really want to.
But I am a kind of person who is not very expressive, and I keep
Mm.
things within myself, and I'm quite content with it. I
Gotcha.
don't want to,
Mm.
burst my anger. I don't want to express too much to people, and then they'll give
Mm.
their arguments and everything, and I don't want to get into arguments and everything. So I
Yes, it
know
is
that I am
understandable.
right, and I want to keep all those
Mm.
things to myself only. I don't need anybody else's judgment, suggestions,
Mm.
everything. If I need, then
Yes, yes, yes.
I surely express those things to people. So, Roshan, it was really nice talking to you. I hope this video will provide some value to our viewers also. And
Mm.
thank you so much for making up to this session. And
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I really loved it. Yeah. Bye.
okay, so let's wrap up this session now, and we'll meet someday
Yes.
later. Okay, thank you so much for
Bye.
joining. Bye.
Yes.